The month of April will be magical for Harry Potter fans as we see the return of Newt Scamander in Fantastic Beasts: The Secrets of Dumbledore. We're fully expecting Mads Mikkelsen to own any scene he's in as Gellert Grindelwald, but today we'll be taking a look at one beloved character that fans want to see featured more in Fantastic Beasts 3. First up, the return of Kowalski. We're going to be seeing plenty of returning characters in The Secrets of Dumbledore, with Jude Law coming back as a young Albus Dumbledore, whose complicated history with Grindelwald will be the focal point of the movie. Also returning to the cast are Eddie Redmayne as the socially awkward yet brilliant magizoologist Newt Scamander, Alison Sudol as the vivacious Queenie, and Ezra Miller as the tortured Credence Barebone, or as Grindelwald revealed at the end of the second movie, Aurelius Dumbledore. But one character we're really looking forward to seeing again is Jacob Kowalski, Newt Scamander's most loyal friend and a lovable baker who in the first movie found himself thrust headfirst into the wizarding world. Ever since the first Fantastic Beasts movie, Dan Fogler's goofy and wholesome portrayal has captured the hearts of Potterheads across the world. He's so loved, in fact, that fans have created Pinterest boards of just Jacob Kowalski baking delicious cupcakes and holding a wand. Speaking of holding a wand, there have even been Reddit threads theorizing how Kowalski could end up being turned into a wizard. There's no reason why J.K. Rowling couldn't simply find a loophole to grant Kowalski the rank of a wizard, and the fans would most likely lose it in cinemas across the world. It would be like Captain America finally lifting Mjolnir and kicking the crap out of Thanos, but in the wizarding world. And we'd love nothing more than to see an epic battle between good and dark wizards where Kowalski runs into the fray to aid his best friend Newt in defeating an undefeatable beast or wizard. Maybe the baker will do just that. We're trusting Rowling to come up with a believable and satisfying character arc for Kowalski, as well as every other character, and early reactions to the movie are pointing in the right direction. Critics across social media have only had good things to say about the movie so far, claiming that this installment has successfully brought back the Fantastic Beasts series from the brink of destruction. It must have been a difficult thing to do, too, considering how poorly reviewed the second movie was. Seriously, everyone hated how the movie turned Queenie into, basically, an abuser. People took to Twitter to express just how unhappy they were with Queenie controlling Kowalski with a love potion and forcing him to get engaged to her. Yeah, fans weren't having any of that. Even though Newt convinced Queenie to remove the magic off Kowalski, fans were still left with a bitter taste in their mouth. But apparently, critics have loved Kowalski's character in the latest installment and have given praise to actor Dan Fogler for playing Kowalski so effortlessly and making the already lovable baker even more awesome. There are more reasons to love Jacob Kowalski, though, and fans want more of his personality highlighted in the upcoming movies. First of all, Kowalski is probably the only non-magical character in the Fantastic Beasts and Harry Potter series that Potterheads love just as much as the wizards on screen. Seriously, not even Mr. and Miss Granger received as much love as Jacob Kowalski did. As soon as he came into the wizarding world, he established himself as one of a kind. He exuded kindness and goofball energy, and we hate to think that would have happened if he and Newt never switched briefcases with each other. Despite being thrust into the deep end and losing his cool multiple times, Kowalski remained true to himself. He's the kind of person who would say the truth even if he knew the person in front of him is a powerful dark wizard and could kill him with a single word. Newt Scamander noted that people tend to like Kowalski because of his good nature, often being able to open up to him because of his friendly and kind nature. It's shown very clearly when he interacts with wizards and goblins on screen, always smiling and waving at them and carrying on a good conversation. Kowalski talks to Newt about his passion for baking and tells him that he wants to become a baker so that he can make people happy, so that whoever leaves the bakery does so with a smile. Making people happy. In this economy, he really is a good guy. Next, he's relatable. J.K. Rowling wrote Jacob Kowalski specifically because it gives us an insight into how a non-magical person would feel in the wizarding world. From the moment Kowalski opens up Newt's briefcase and is utterly disturbed by the creatures inside, to his funny laugh when he sees Newt descend into said briefcase, to seeing magical creatures in front of his eyes and interacting with them, Kowalski learns to love the magical world the same way we did way back in 2001 when Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone was first released. But we saw the magical world through Harry's eyes, who was already a wizard and so could manipulate magic and cast spells and could get into Hogwarts. Although he'd never seen the magical world before and it was obviously surprised by what he sees, he belonged there. He grew up with magical abilities inside of him. Jacob, though, had never seen magic or regrew his hair that his aunt had forcefully cut off. He was just some guy who happened to meet another guy, and his life transformed in the span of a single day. And at the end of the day, Kowalski is just a regular person, like us, going about his day, trying to make ends meet with his bakery, trying to find love. When audiences first met Kowalski, they took a trip through the magical wizarding world of New York York City through a non-magical person's eyes, and there's still so much more Kowalski hasn't seen yet. Fans want Kowalski to see more, to do more. He's already proved that he's more than capable of taking care of himself in danger, having served in the First World War and punching a goblin out cold. So we think there's much more left to explore here. He has yet to see hippogriffs, bogarts, and phoenixes, and we're really curious about how he'd react to each of them. But even though he's a regular person thrust into extraordinary circumstances, he's braver than many talented wizards. Next, he would sacrifice himself for his friends. In the Fantastic Beasts movie, Kowalski has a meaningful conversation with Queenie in which he says that he's not really that special and that there are loads of other people just like him. But Queenie holds up his chin and tells him that he is unique. Dialogue is written for a reason. Every word is weighed by the scriptwriter and everything has meaning, unless you're watching the Scary Movie series. But with the upcoming third film and 2 additional sequels planned by Rowling, we think the heartfelt exchange between Kowalski and Queenie will be more significant than just a character moment. Kowalski has proved that he's not just like anyone else. He has unbeatable willpower. He's already helped Newt recapture an extremely dangerous magical creature known as the Erumpent, which Potterheads know is rated at 4X classification by the Ministry of Magic. But we're pretty sure Kowalski didn't know about that. Either way, looking at the size of the creature would have probably scared Johnny Knoxville too. He willingly wiped his own memories at the end of the first film by stepping out into the rain that contained swooping evil. And he stood up against Grindelwald and his maniacal vision for a new wizarding world. And we believe his acts of bravery have only just started. With critics giving praise to Jacob Kowalski's character development in the new movie, fans are hyped up to see just how much screen time he'll be getting. Big-budget movies with a large cast usually find it difficult to balance characters, plots, and subplots. Just like at Avengers Infinity War, Chris Evans was only visible for 6 minutes and 45 seconds. That's just not enough Chris Evans for us. The Secrets of Dumbledore has an ensemble cast and will focus presumably on Dumbledore and Grindelwald's relationship, as well as developing the bond between Dumbledore and Newt. There's even Richard Coyle, who'll be playing Dumbledore's younger brother, Aberforth. Fans know the bitterness that the two brothers shared, so it's obvious a good chunk of the movie will be devoted to exploring their dynamic. But if there's anyone we want to see thrust in between all of that and somehow come out on top, it's Jacob Kowalski. We're hyped to see where Rowling will take the adorable baker, and if anything bad happens to him, there will be pitchforks in the air. And that's all we have for this video. Where do you see Jacob Kowalski going in his next adventure with Newt, and what would you order from his bakery? Drop your answers in the comments to let us know. Thanks for watching this video, and as always, hit the like button if you liked the video. Hit subscribe so you never miss out on any future uploads. We'll see you in the next one. Stay magical.